Hey guys.
Hey,
What is
hey,
going on?
we
I'm
are
currently getting my
back.
fingers burned.
Super back.
And we're back. Thanks for joining us for episode 7. 7 people.
Woo!
Awesome. And with us tonight, we have our special guest, the lady of the hour, Miss Erika Szabo. Where's that
Yeah, girl.
applause? Hey, thank you for
Here we
joining
go.
us. Oh, so if you don't know who Erika is, you've been living under a rock, people. Come on. You've got to know what this lady's been doing and what she's all about. If you don't, we're just going to give you a little rundown. I'm just laughing at that hat, Belmont's hat. It's spectacular.
She is roaring tonight.
She is.
I am.
So, Bonks, give the rundown on the guest.
So this is Erika. She has fabulous hair and is overall just a fabulous person. And she is kind of a Jacqueline, if you will, of many trades. I'm going to let her kind of take the wheel. And Erika, if you would be so kind, why don't you give us a little intro into who you are, what you're about, and all the fabulous, wonderful things you do. And don't be afraid to get graphic.
Yes.
Sure. I've been working as I've been working as an entertainment blogger since 2006 or so, 2006 or 7. I've been working as a gaming blogger for the past 5 years though, and I started a YouTube channel less than a year ago, just to kind of delve into things like, I don't know, just to do something a little bit different. And I mean, it's been really fun so far, and yeah, I don't know. I love it. It's great. When I'm not doing all that, then I run a sex positive blog, and I don't know, keeping it real.
Keeping
I
it
really am a
real? I love that. She does so many things.
Let me ask you first and foremost, where are you located?
I'm living in Toronto.
She is living in Toronto. People, if you don't know what's going on up there in Canada, I'm here to tell you there's some fantabulous things going on in the gaming community and in the way of geek and nerddom. I, for one, need to move up there because they got it going on. They completely understand our culture. They completely understand why we're important and why it's pivotal to embrace your inner geek. And they let your geek flag fly up there, people. As you can tell, look at Erika's hair. That's normal. Everybody's rocking it.
I just assumed Erika's from the future, where we've evolved
Yes.
into awesome hair color, because it's that good looking.
So, Erika, you said you just started your YouTube last year? Or a year? A year ago?
I started
yeah.
last March, almost a year.
Wow, last March. And you already almost up to 3,000 subscribers. Wow.
Almost, yeah.
You must be doing something right over
girl.
there. I really like social media a lot. I really like networking with people. I really like talking with people. Like on YouTube, I follow all the comments and I reply as much as I can. I like engaging. I like discussion. I like asking questions just as much as, you know, having, I don't know, like offering questions to people too. So I feel like I've gotten together a really awesome group of people. Like everyone's really nice to each other, and I don't want to jinx that, but I'm super happy because, you know, YouTube's kind of infamous for all kinds of trolls and stuff, right? But everyone's been really cool to each other, so I'm happy.
Would you say that your fan base and what you've developed thus far, you feel like it's very community oriented? You know, like back in the days in the early 80s and 90s when we were gaming, everything was about a community and about playing the game. Not so much today. From what you can tell with MMOs and things are not necessarily console, even Xbox, you've got the issues with people just trolling, and they haven't met Becca yet, but, you know, just trolling.
They haven't met me yet. That's true.
All in good time.
So, Erika, would you feel like your community is not that type of community? You feel like it's more family-based, more comfortable for you as a female? Is it comfortable for you having that many followers and being yourself?
Yeah, actually, yeah, and I'm really happy to say that too, because I mean, no matter what, no matter how used to, like negative comments, I kind of just take with a grain of salt, but that doesn't mean it's not going to affect me still. But I don't really have to worry about that so much. I mean, every now and again it'll pop up, and I kind of laugh it off just because it doesn't really happen, and everyone just kind of talks to each other. They reply to other people's comments. I don't know, they engage each other. They watch each other's videos too. So I mean, I'm really happy that that's all going on. It's exciting. It's great, and I'm very comfortable in the community. Definitely.
That's good to hear,
awesome.
because like you said,
Yeah.
the YouTube community can be a little dicey. I mean, any gaming community, any internet community, shall we say, can be dicey, specifically if you're a female. We've seen a lot of things happen on Twitch and other forms of social media where people have gotten trolled so hard that they cry and they don't stream anymore. And it's not because they're doing something in particular, it's because someone is taking advantage of that person's vulnerability and making them feel bad about themselves, which, shame on you guys if you're doing that. Shame, shame, shame.
And I will find you and I will troll you.
Ladies of the Round Table does
you
not like that.
We're a very troll-free zone.
We are a troll-free zone.
Should we get
part of
to,
what we are
should
all
we get
about
some-
is... No, I'm not done with my pedestal here. We are a positive community, and we want to be able to have everyone who's following us, all of our fans, and then even some people who are just peeking in, trying to figure out what we're all about, be comfortable in your own skin. Because as you guys can see, these ladies, they do whatever the hell they want. Whatever they want. This is who they really are, guys. This is not an act. This is it. What you see is what you get.
Pretty much.
All right, Bonks, go for it.
Yo. Oh, now I get to do things? Okay.
You sure
Just to keep in with time. So we got some questions from Miss Erika. I hope you're prepared. We've seen lots of cool groups, especially female-centric, with women who like to do coding. One of our faves, of course, is blackgirlscode.com. Do you feel there's a significant growth in Canadian culture to embrace the geek culture? We can get a worldly sense from you, our neighbors up there.
Yeah, I mean, here in Toronto, there's a lot of different organizations. There's like the Hand-Eye Society, that's very like indie game oriented, and there's also Dames Making Games, which is just like an organization just to make women feel comfortable with game development.
Dames Making Games is cool.
Yeah, really, yeah. So it's that's the one that comes to mind immediately. But I think that everybody's on the same page. Like when I go to media events, everybody's level with each other. You don't really have any BS going on. People aren't I don't know, trash talking each other because of like gender or anything like that. So I mean, I'm happy that we don't really have anything like that. So it's a good space. Everyone's pretty open-minded and can't complain. It's pretty good.
Lovely. Well, thank you. Paige, I believe you has a question.
I do. Hang on 1 second. We can tell from your YouTube channel that you love retro games, which is kind of my wheelhouse because I'm obsessed. But what about retro gaming draws you to it? Would you say
I'm just a really nostalgic person. I'm a really nostalgic person, and I don't know. It's not like I yearn to go back to my childhood, but I love so much from my childhood, and I want to relish that. I just want to relish.
I can relate.
Yeah, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, why don't you just grow up?" I'm like, "Oh, I did grow up, but that doesn't mean I can't like still, right?" So why not? I don't know. I find it so silly how those people who are into like only current gen gaming and everything else, once it gets a little bit old, they're like, no. It's like, why? You're like such a snob. Enjoy your history, right? You know, educate yourself a little bit maybe and appreciate it.
Yeah, not old like us.
Yeah. Also, it kind of, and those things are what make you, you know, they make you who you are. And I wouldn't be the person I am today probably if I didn't have all of those experiences growing up, right? So
yeah.
I can certainly agree with that. It was a big part of me growing up too, which is why I am the way I am.
Well, I know in Canada, the government takes a lot of pride in their game developers and helping their game developers out in Canada. And we don't have that in the United States. That sense of entrepreneurism and making it so it's easier for a business to succeed. So I salute you guys up there. Hats off to your government for taking that step above and beyond to work with the devs and understand their need for entrepreneurism. And I know that in my research, I believe over 50% of the jobs in the major cities like Quebec and are all gaming jobs. I mean, can you feel me, people? That is awesome. That is awesome. I mean, I right now would be a coffee runner if you let me. Come on, I'll work. I'll lick some envelopes. It's awesome. That is totally sweet. I really want to touch base with Erika on the person that she is. And I know that you said on your YouTube channel that you're completely yourself. You love to talk to your fans. You love to be communicative. So what is that one thing that you want to tell your fans right now that they would never guess to learn about you?
Like a hobby or something that I just don't talk about.
Whatever you want to share, something that they would never think that you, like your secret obsession, maybe your guilty pleasure, something that you would not normally share, but you're going to give us the exclusive right now and share with your fans something that they would never think that you would do. You know, like leave the cap off the toothpaste religiously.
I don't know if I could ever do that.
That's pretty scary. It's intimidating. No. You know, I don't know.
Oh, wait, you know what? I'll go first.
Yeah.
How about that?
Okay.
I'll let you think a minute and I'll go first.
Okay.
My guilty pleasure is disco music. I love it. I love it. You name it. Bee Gees. I mean, I love it. I torture my family on Sunday afternoons. Oh, man, you and I would have a good time. I mean,
oh my God.
Wow.
Throw my mom in there. I'm not even joking. My mom like will grind up on somebody, put on some disco music. She is great. Oh my, you should have seen her at my brother's wedding. She was like flanked by groomsmen and she was just like full on. She was like twerking before twerking was a thing. Like this is back in 2001. It was fantastic.
Your mom was a brick house, right?
Oh.
I think my face is just gonna stay smiling. Can we have a picture of your mom?
Yeah, let me search for a picture.
So
of
Becca,
her.
your turn.
Something I wouldn't do.
Something. What is something your fans would never guess?
Knows.
Yeah, nobody knows that you're willing to share about yourself. That is just surprising about you.
Sometimes I can actually be really quiet for extended periods of time on end, mainly because I'm napping like a house cat. But yeah.
She's sleeping.
Did you find a sunbeam to fall asleep in?
I did,
cute.
and I do. Yes.
So it's all warm and cozy.
All right, Erika, we're
blanket.
circling back to you, love.
You know, I think because this is something that I talk about every now and again, and I kind of hint at that I do it just because it's part of my daily life. But I pole dance. Pole dancing is a really big thing for me. Yeah, I just
you must
do
be
it
ripped.
Exercise?
Yeah, as exercise.
Wow, interesting.
It's I don't know if it's popular in the U.S., but in Canada it's very popular. And there's like dance
All the housewives
studios.
do it.
Yeah, all the housewives. No, I can lift my own body weight, which I'm pretty damn proud
Nice.
of.
Let's see those
I'm rolling
guns.
in for the zombie apocalypse, dude.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
on my team. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like it.
So let me just reiterate, people, that Zumba
Don't
is
fuck
out.
with Erika.
Pole dancing is in.
Yeah.
Wow,
I've been
that
doing
is
it for-
something I would have never guessed. You're right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, it's something that every now and again I put online, but most people don't ask, and if they do, they're like, "What the heck is this? Is that you?" If I post a picture or something, but I don't.
Oh, so
yeah,
we can
very
expect to
ripped,
see a
man.
video on your YouTube of you lifting your own body weight on that pole?
Yeah, girl.
really good. Maybe. Yeah. Like, hey, guys, do this. Yeah. No, I've been doing it for a year and a half now, and I love it. It's fun. Very fun. So, and it's very acrobatic. I wanted something that was like a performance art, so that's kind of why I picked it. It's fun. Cool.
So when you went to sign up for this class, did you go with a friend or did you go by yourself?
I went by myself.
Went by yourself. Woo, kudos. She's got the self-esteem. And walking into said class, did you feel like fish out of water? Did they make you feel comfortable? Did it give you a boost to your self-esteem once you picked it up?
Yeah, I've always really liked dancing a lot. I go to the club with friends pretty often, different goth clubs around the city. But yeah, I mean, it definitely was a confidence boost for me and my body image. And I feel like I have a lot of friends now who I do class with, and they become a lot more comfortable with themselves in the process too. And it's a weird metamorphosis. It's really watching people like open up and, you know, not be afraid of just flaunting it, you know, and having a good time. So I don't know, it's really great, and there's a lot of skill involved, and it's amazing seeing all the things these guys and girls can do. You know, it's really just kind of inspiring. So it always makes me want to do better. So it's great.
I can honestly say that I would have never walked in there by myself, surprisingly enough. I would have been chicken because, I mean, I tried to do Zumba, and I went to a Zumba class, and I hit in the back, and I was like, oh my, I can't keep up with this chick. She's moving. Is this the starter class? I'm like, I need the beginner. Where's the beginner class?
I need derp level workout classes when I do it. Like,
yeah. So, I don't know, pole dancing, I might have to just give it a whirl. I think my husband would be quite happy with that.
All right. Well, if you don't mind, Miss Carmen, can we get to some awesome news? Is that copacetic?
Yes. If it's awesome, let's roll it.
All right. So kicking off our minor news and updates. Number one, the weather report. It's probably cold and/or snowy, unless you're somewhere warm and we hate you. Moving on. Pac-Man will be delayed on 3DS and Wii U. The Pac-Man Museum was first announced last summer. At that time, the release was going to be for Steam, Xbox Live, PlayStation Network, and the Wii U, and 3DS eShops. And now everything has changed, which happens often. According to Nintendo, both with Wii U and 3DS versions of Pac-Man Museum have been canceled as a result of delayed development, which is kind of a big derp. Unless you frequent Japanese arcades, you probably won't have many other chances to experience the gleeful chaos that is 4-player Pac-Man, so everybody can now cry. Or
4-player Pac-Man.
Or go to Japan, or go to a Japanese arcade and feel amazing that you took a trip to Japan to play Pac-Man, or you're already in Japan, in which case you kind of got it made in the shade for this particular news story. So, kudos to you.
Belmont, what do you say about 4-player Pac-Man? What do you say about 4-player Pac-Man?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you guys. It cut out for a second.
Okay.
4-player Pac-Man sounds kind of intense. That's what I'm going to leave it at.
You know, I have a feeling that 4-player Pac-Man would make me want to rage on somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because they would be in your way. Oh, we're being raided. Raise your chalice, ladies. We are being raided by SFG, our friends at SFG. Welcome, guys. Thank you for coming by and hitting me up. Viking King, blank space. Raise your chalice.
I like Vikings.
We love our friends at SFG.
They're pretty radical, we have to admit.
They are. These guys are great. If you guys are looking for a guild for your WildStar fun, those are the guys to hit up.
Yeah. And they have chalices, which are pretty much like nerd pimp cups. So
right?
That's where you gotta be.
Nice. I have a Chewbacca chalice.
What's your news?
Chewbacca for reals?
Oh my god.
Oh, there it is. Raise your chalice, Paige. Raise your challenge for the Viking King. Tell them boys, we got one.
Yeah, let me see. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I love it.
That's awesome.
My father-in-law got that for me for Christmas. I'm so glad my
man,
in-law.
Your father-in-law, you are married like a boss. That's awesome.
I know.
Right?
It's great.
So Miss Chewbacca Chalice, I believe you have some news for us as well.
I do. The first downloadable addition to Killer Instinct roster has arrived in the form of Spinal, which is lending the game a little bit more depth, or at least a few more bones to break. So those who purchase Killer Instinct Ultra Edition Bundle or Combo Breaker Pack are now able to download them at no additional charge. Everybody else, it's $5 for it. So
everybody else, you're screwed.
I mean, it's $5 if it's important to you, I guess. You know, I get it.
I mean, would you guys get it? Would you guys do the extra $5 if you really like that game? I mean, $5 doesn't seem like a lot.
I've spent an obscene amount of money on games. I'm disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a yes across the board, I'm assuming.
I have the Halo Kitty helmet. So wrong.
That's enough said. All right, let's move on to Microsoft news, guys. Microsoft has announced that next month's... I'm sorry? I thought I heard somebody say something.
I was being annoying.
Oh, good, okay. All right, Microsoft has announced that next month's lineup of free games for the Xbox Live Gold members, revealing that subscribers can expect at least a couple free copies of each game appropriately. Toy Soldiers, Cold War, Dead Island in February. So if you've got that gold membership, you guys get this stuff for free. I mean, I don't know. Do you have a gold membership, Bunks?
I do.
I have gold, and I free it up, man. I take all those free games.
Szabo?
I bathe in them.
Gold membership?
Yeah.
Wow, you guys are rocking. I don't get to see the Xbox. The kids have it, so... as with previous program releases, both Dead Island and Toy Soldier will be free for users once you download it. And after that, your gold membership expires. You still will be able to keep those games. They're not going to take them from you. And then new games will be added the 1st and the 16th of every month. I think I need to get a gold membership, at least for the kids. That's pretty awesome.
That is pretty radical.
And there's what, 3-4 games each month? At least?
Something like that, yeah. It's pretty boss. I can't complain.
Now, Dead Island's a pretty good game, so it's not like they're giving you sucky material, right?
Yeah, they're usually just older titles.
Yeah.
Like, not necessarily crappy ones, but like a couple of... Yeah.
So these older titles would be a $10, between $10 and $20 value, I'm assuming?
If not a little bit more than that. I don't know.
You get to discover something you weren't aware of before a lot of times. So I always appreciate it. I think it's nice.
I think it's nice because it lets me play games that I might not buy out of the gate. True. And then I might like them and be happy that I had the experience of playing it.
That is true.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
alrighty.
I think that we're all playing something at this point, and if you're not, sorry for you. Bonks, what are you playing?
Obviously, I've been playing a lot of COD, a lot of Ghosts, because I've been getting lots of funny conversations up on the internets for you guys to read and laugh at. Now, Ghost just got the Onslaught DLC, which I'm a big fan of. I really like the new game types. My favorite has been the free-for-all hunted, which is, it's kind of, you just start with a pistol, some throwing knives, and a nade, and if you want cooler stuff, you gotta either pick it up off somebody else, or you get it from a box, from a crate that drops. And it's been the most hysterical week playing it because there's so many crybabies. They go in there like, what do you mean I don't get my guns or my classes? Me. But the dumbest part of this whole scenario is that they don't leave and go play something else. And I've tried to ask them, like, dude, you know, if you're really unhappy and you're like having a coronary over it, go play team deathmatch or something. And they don't. And I'm like, or just keep torturing yourself and raise your blood pressure, whatever. So I have more
you got
games
to get that streaming setup done because I really want to see this.
I know. If anyone is an audio capture master, I've got my video cap, but audio cap is tricky. I've got I've got headsets down, but I'm kind of a derp on the audio end. So if anyone wants to give me a hand with that, that'd be fabulous. But yeah, I'm enjoying Onslaught. I had a good time. In other gaming news, well, my husband's been playing a lot of EVE Online, and there was the big battle, which all sprung from an unpaid bill, which is hysterical. Now, the price, the real world price of this whole like big battle was somewhere between $200,000 $500,000. People like stayed home from work to like go ham and like play shooty with spaceships and EVE Online. It was pretty massive. I'm sure there'll be awesome YouTube videos, and I will find them and get them to you guys. If you don't know anything about EVE, it's still really cool to watch the battles. It's space battle porn. It's pretty fabulous.
Nice. I can dig it.
Like me likey.
You're righty. Yes.
Oh, guys, I know we've talked about this before, but we're going to bring it up one more time because Ben Affleck is going to be Batman, for better or for worse. And I know some people hate it. Some people are like, whatevs, I don't care. Some people are like, let's give the poor guy a chance. So, that being said, Affleck took to the internet and said, I may succeed or fail, but I'm going to do this to the best of my merit and on my own instincts. He said, it's great to be in business this way. You do a movie, it's successful, you get a little victory lap, and then you start all over in the beginning to another movie and you have to prove yourself. So he said that you guys that are out there hating on him on the internet are just making him want to work much harder to win you over in this movie. He also stated that his one regret in his acting career was Daredevil.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But
that's
he met his
our
wife on that
regret
movie,
too.
I thought.
He said he did meet his wife. He said that because he truly loved that comic book as a child, young man, and he really loved that, and he felt like his first attempt at playing Matt Murdock turned out like crap. So he admits he sucked, from keeping that up as his memory as a kid and that level of superheroism that he felt, he crushed. So maybe he might do better at Batman because he really knows he sucked at Daredevil. What do you guys think? Paige?
Let's start with Erika, Miss Erika. Would you shtup a Ben Affleck Batman?
I mean, let him try. It's one of those things where it's like the audience is always going to be really fickle about it, and they're always going to just assume the worst. But, I mean, he might end up doing a really good job. There's a chance, I mean, it's kind of 50-50 at this point, and why not give him a chance? To be honest, I don't really know an actor that I would choose for the role. And I don't think that there has been one yet, and I don't really know. The roles so far have been fine, either that or laughable, but I don't know. I don't know if there is an actual role. Like, I don't know if I can envision an actual person to be Batman. So,
it's Batman.
I can concur with that.
Yeah. He's in my dreams, right? So, in my dreams.
Yeah. This is a blog post waiting to happen. Our best Batman dreams, and I have several. Let's be real.
Nice.
All right. So we are going to move to what you're reading, whether it be comic book, novel, graphic novel. If you're reading porn mags, we don't want to know. Or if you're reading,
we do, just don't tell us what you're doing after or during.
If you're reading Goosebumps or lower level, please don't share because we don't want to know either. Bunksy, what are you reading?
Courtesy of Miss Liz, my fabulous Miss Liz, she sent me a copy of Jay Piscopo's The Undersea Adventures of Captain Eli. This is an awesome read for any age. It's not as campy as it looks. The art is very vintage and really wonderful. It's drawn and written by Jay Piscopo, and he kickstarted it. And it's a great sci-fi story. It's innocent, but it's not campy, and it has great vintage tones to it, but it's a very original story. It's this young kid. He was in like a little submarine pod, and then he was like 1 year old or something, and he popped up on the shores of Maine, and his mom and pops raised him, but they're like, this kid is weird, so they let him go back to the sea and figure out who the heck he is. And he has like a dog and a parrot that speaks like 70 languages, and it's like, it's very cool, very vintage. Yeah, it's an awesome story. Check it out. I'll be blasting out. There is an article up on the website, and you guys can check out that book. It's pretty rad. I'm pretty stoked about it.
Nice. Miss Erika, what are you reading?
I'm not reading too much right now. I was rereading Warren Ellis's Freak Angels. It was originally released as a webcomic. I don't know, like mid-2000s or so. And then it was all compiled into like trade paperbacks and hardcovers. But it's really cool. It's like a post-apocalyptic steampunk type world where it's just these childhood friends who have, how do I put it, supernatural abilities. And it's almost like just, it's really cool. It's a really weird mishmash of a bunch of really interesting concepts. And I really like the way Warren Ellis writes. I love it. He's just so like crude when he writes, but it's so realistic at the same time. So it's very natural. And I really like it. It's one of my favorites. So I always go back to that. Almost every year I reread it. And you can just read it online for free. So you just go on freakangels.com. Yeah, it's really cool.
Nice.
It's really cool. It's easy to access, and it's great, yeah. Aside from that, though, I haven't really been reading anything. I mean, Saga. Saga's been really good. That's a really cool graphic novel series by Brian K. Vaughan. He did Why the Last Man and Ex Machina. That's been really good. It's sort of like a sci-fi fantasy space opera. Has a little bit of a Romeo and Juliet element to it, but it's all about family, even though it's like full of these crazy, just grandiose ideas. So it's really fun. It's really fun. Love it. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Belmont, what you reading?
I downloaded a public domain collection of Japanese fairy tales and folklores about a week or so ago that I just started being able to get into, which I think is pretty neat. And then I've been reading this series on in my spare time. I just picked up the third book in it. It's called Legal Drug. It's the premise is this kid works at a pharmacy in Tokyo, and he has the power of clairvoyance, and the pharmacist took him in and lets him live there in exchange for doing favors for him. And those favors involve like going and researching these mysteries by using his gift of clairvoyance, and he's paired up with somebody else, and this other guy has this substance that he takes to enhance things. Leave it at that.
So who's the author?
It's
Clamp.
It's planted and presented by Clamp.
That's awesome.
Is what it says on the front. It's a I don't know if it's new. Let me see if there's a.
So, ladies, all three of you guys, what I'd like to request from you is if you would go on the website, which is ladiesoftheroundtable.net, and do a little suggestive reading list. That includes you, Miss Erika. We'd like you to go ahead and sign up and be a member, and you could post all of these things that we're talking about for our fans if they'd like to go over and check it out, and give them a link to you'll see what you guys are looking at. Me personally, I've been reading some old comics, Exiles, Marvel's Comics Exiles that came out like way long time ago. I'm a little late. Now that my kids are a little older and they're actually reading themselves, I can take the time to pick up a book and actually read a chapter or two. Oh my God, it's marvelous.
Yay!
Isn't that great when you have time
mean,
to do that again?
Oh my God, instead of reading a paragraph over and over, you know, I might actually get a chapter done. It's so freaking awesome. I can't even tell you. Little things like this make me happy, people. Whew. Oh, wow. I just can't tell you. I might be able to actually finish a book in 2014. Who knew?
Who knew? You get to do stuff.
Right? All right, so we
Dude.
are about out of time. I want to thank everybody who stopped by. I want to thank SFG for rating us one more time. We love you guys. And we're about to go into our shout-outs, I think. So let's do some shout-outs, people.
Shouting out.
Let's go with Erika. Let's let Erika do some shout-outs.
Yeah.
Shout out. Oh, I don't know. Like, just anybody?
Anybody you want.
Anybody you want to help mention or promote or that you think is really awesome? Awesome things?
Yeah. Well, there's actually a lot of really awesome ladies that I just joined a site called Patreon. It's like a crowdfunding site. I've been getting a lot of support from people through that, so I want to say big thank you to GoGo Rafflecopter. Heather is really awesome, and she has a really great YouTube channel. And Mana Drake as well. She has a Patreon too, and we've all been kind of like, we teamed up a bit, and we were, I don't know, just supporting each other and everything. Those two ladies are awesome. Who else? Retro Liberty, I love their videos. If you're into retro gaming, and I don't know.
Just old.
So like, so many people, too many. But I always give shout outs on my weekly blog, just because of this, because there's always too many people. It's overwhelming.
So, Erika,
it's like her acceptance speech.
Yeah, right? I'd like you to tell everybody where they can find you on your social media.
Yeah, woman.
Sure. Okay, so you can find me on Twitter at Erika Szabo, ERIKASZABO. You can follow me on YouTube at the same name. You can follow me on my Facebook fan page at Erika T. Szabo. And I also write for a site called Eggplant. That's Eggplant with an E. I do news posts there. I do retro reviews there and current gen reviews. And yeah, that's about it.
Fabulous. You've been fabulous.
Thank you.
Who's shouting out next?
Want to check out the Sex Positive show. I think I might learn a few things.
Yeah,
Never
Erika,
know.
I wanted to talk to you about your sex positive stuff because a very good friend of mine runs a sex positive blog. She speaks around the country. She actually attended school in Canada for her undergrad degree in human sexuality because they don't offer that in a college in the United States. Her name is Jill McDevitt, and you might want to check out her blog at thesexologist.org. She's the first person in the world to have all three of her degrees. She has a undergrad, a master's, and a PhD in human sexuality. Like, sex is her life, and sex positive information is her life. She's a great person. So I think you guys would get along.
Yeah.
Wow, we might have to... Go ahead.
We need more sex positivity. It's really awesome hearing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I concur.
I think that we should do one sex positive message each week. I think we're going to do that.
Yeah.
We'll add that in our rotation.
Yeah. And it's
we're gonna give people
important
something
because, you know, I was watching a movie from the 80s, early 80s, like sex comedy based in an arcade. And it has like an R rating. But I was watching it, and what was put into that movie that passed an MPAA rating for R in 1983 would have gotten an NC-17 today. Like, we are regressing as a sexually aware culture. And, like, I get the need. I understand some people like the modesty and everything, but there's too much shaming going around, body shaming, sexuality shaming. Kids are getting confused and they don't know what's going on. So I think that it's really important to have a healthy outlook on it and for it to not be as taboo as it is. I mean, when I see
agree.
women
Raising 2 girls, I totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is very, very important to us at Ladies of the Round Table that all of you, male or female, be comfortable in your own skin. We don't care what color you are. We don't care what size you are. We don't care if you wear glasses, don't wear glasses, you're 5'2" or 5'8". We don't care. You are a human being and we care about you just the way you are. So, that being said, I think somebody else has got shout outs. I really do. I think somebody else has been itching for shout outs. And that somebody else is me. No, I'm kidding. Let's go with Belmont.
I want to give a shout out to, I don't know if you guys are following Patrick Scott Patterson. We all know him. Erika and I have had the pleasure of speaking
met
with
him.
him
He came to my
ESP.
hometown. Him along with Kat Despira, formerly of Twin Galaxies, are involved in a project with. Yes, we love Kat. They're involved with a project called No Princess in the Castle, which is being produced in conjunction with Dave Danzera, who did The Video Craze, which is a documentary about the arcades. And they're doing an entire documentary on women in gaming. And I think it's awesome.
And I am excited. Woo!
I know. I can't wait to see it, especially since having joined Twitter this year, I've had firsthand experience speaking with a lot of the ladies who are featured in it. So I'm really excited for them, but more so I'm excited that there's this spotlight being put on that, so to speak, and I hope that it gets a lot of attention. So everybody go like their Facebook page and go follow them on Twitter and have a good time with it.
Are they doing a Kickstarter or anything crowdfunding wise for this particular product?
You know what? I'm not sure if they are or where it's at. So let me do a double check here.
Yeah, if they, you know what? I think Paige is going to put something up on our website at some point about this project. So keep an eye out on that for you guys to take a look at .net, because I'm sure there'll be more news coming as these guys ramp up. Casting has been moving quite quickly. I've noticed on social media they're picking up some great cast members. If you haven't checked them out, you've got to go look.
Yeah, there you can find any information about it that you want at noprincessinthecastle.com. And hopefully you guys get a little bit take a little bit away from it, because I knew some of the faces, but some of them I didn't know, and I'm glad that I do know who they are now, because it's a bunch of kick-ass people. So excited about that.
Very cool.
All right, and Bonksy, what you got? Shout out. She's been waiting for this.
I got my Yiva Z Ninja Gaiden Z shirt on. Yiva, they sent this to me. I won a Twitter contest, and look how freaking cool it is. I'm gonna do an article on this game because it's so wrong. It's great. Team Ninja really kind of
play that.
Yeah, Team Ninja's really flipping the script on this. They got a little bit funny, a little bit grotesque. It's basically a cyborg ninja fighting zombies. And he's having a really good time doing it. Like, he's not bummed out. He's like, oh my god, I got a battle boner. Like, he's having a really good time. So I got to give a shout out to that.
What platform is this for?
It's going to be on everything, if I'm not mistaken.
Sweet. I must have it.
I'll do an article. I will do an article, and you guys will know. So, what do you got?
What else you got?
Miss Carmen?
Oh,
you other shout-outs?
Just what?
My mom. Shout out to my mom, who I have to interview because she's also a nerd, and Carmen's like, interview your mom, be a good child. And
yeah, you guys don't know, Becca comes from some seriously Jewish nerd stock, okay? She is born and bred into this, so you guys wait for this. You have to.
I have sinus problems and everything.
Freaking spectacular when her mother is interviewed. Her mom rocks. You don't even know her mom's won awards for being a nerd. Come on, she's hiding this stuff in the closet.
She has.
Right? Who knew? Braces and gauges, baby.
Oh my god.
Inside joke, people. My shout-outs today are... My shout-out goes to our new senior staff graph graphic designer, senior staff member, graphic designer, Angelo. He is my visionary muse, guys. This guy is coming on board, and you will see things come out of our website and various other places. Don't use your dirty minds. And it's going to be pretty much awesome. You're going to see some 3D effects. You're going to see some things that are going to blow your mind. And if it blows your mind, come on, people, like, follow, subscribe. Not necessarily in that order, because the more you like, the more you follow, the more you subscribe, the more you see of us. So, that being said, you want more, hit the damn button, people. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
All right, I'd like to thank Erika for coming and joining us on this crazy ride we call Roundtable. And as always, you are welcome back anytime. You just have to hit up the booking manager. That'd be Ian Agon.
Yeah, Ian.
Said your name, boyfriend. And you can come back anytime, guest host, or come on in just to say howdy. And with that, Roundtable out. Thanks, guys.